Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Forest of Memories. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, your guardian, your High Remembrancer, and your Arbiter. I hope you're all doing wonderfully today, because, well, I'm about to make everyone else on the other side of No Man's Land. I'm about to
Bird up.
How's the saying go? Alright, good morning, everyone. God has allowed me to live another day, and I'm about to make it everyone's problem. And yes, I'm about to make everyone on the opposite side of No Man's Land suffer. Because today, we're going back to the Great War Western Front with the War Crime Only Challenge. I will explain the details of the challenge when we get to the game. But before that, real quick, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, hi, I'm Zaruk. I stream almost every day from 6 to 9 p.m., sometimes a little earlier. If you want to know what and when I'm streaming, check out my Twitter at Zaruk Windcaller at Twitter, at Zaruk Windcaller VT, where I post art that I've received, my weekly schedule, and also I shitpost. Everyone shitposts on Twitter, so, you know. And finally, if you would like a link to the VOD channel, our YouTube channel where all of the VODs are, hit ! YouTube in the chat. You can also just look up Zaruk Windcaller and you'll get taken to our YouTube page. But with that, enough talking, enough promotion, and enough, how's it go? Oh yeah, enough whoring myself out. We have war crimes to commit. There is much to be done. So, with that, let's begin, shall we? Hey, Justin Jester, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. You're just in time for the war crimes. So, before we get started, real quick, let me, two things, actually. One, I want to explain the war crime challenge, but before I do that, I'm going to show off a picture I got today. I want to show this off. So, one moment. I had this commissioned recently. Hey, it's just in time. It's Morbin time. Oh, God. So, yes. This was a picture I received from Hikaru over on Twitter. I posted this before stream started. But I'm going to show y'all, because, holy cow, this is really good. One second, it's a little too big. There you go. This is not a place to be napping, friend. Isn't it great? Yours truly and George, coming across a visitor who got lost in the woods. Again, I know, it looks amazing. Hey, you're finally awake. God, I should have asked for that. That would have been funny. So, first time here, the model goes crazy. Oh, that's me. That's me moving around in my chair. I'm a very active, conversationalist by nature. So, real quick. So, first of all, huge props to Hikaru on this, because not only did he get every detail right, all of them, which is amazing, but also he did exactly what I asked for. I provided the example of these two looking over somebody, and yeah, it's really good. Oh, it's like the model's super cool. Yes, you like the eyes. Oh, well, in that case, hold on a second. Do you now? Do you now? Well, take a good long look at them. Oh yeah. I have fangs. I'm an imp. Of course I have fangs. So, let's also address some other things in the room since I'm up close now. I am a guy. A lot of people see the model and think, oh, is that a girl? No, I'm a guy. I want to lose the hat. You know, that's not a bad idea. Unfortunately, the model, my model maker, Amalthea, she is extremely busy right now, and she also just had surgery. She actually just got out of surgery. Or it was either that or she's recovering from a really, from something, really bad that happened. Yes, that is her Twitter. Thank you, Cataclysm. I don't know if it was surgery or some kind of sickness, but she's recovering, and because of that, she's a little delayed at the moment. So, yes, we all wish her a full and healthy and uneventful recovery. But when she's done, I'll ask her about that. Just a remove hat redeem. I'll ask her about that. Could be funny. But yeah, for now, back to the game. the War Crime Challenge. Alright, here's how this works. In the War Crime Challenge, I am only allowed to create, use, and maintain weapons and equipment that would be seen as war crimes today. Now, this is World War I, the birthplace of many war crimes. But that said, this kind of limits me a bit. Let me just move this a little bit. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, I'm a bit limited. I'll explain in the game, actually. It'd be a little bit better to explain in the game. And for those wondering, why am I doing this? Well, I'm a history major, so I like this kind of stuff. So, not war crimes, but you know what I mean. Let's see. I believe it was this one. I believe. Let's see. Stream cam. Yes, it was this one. Because I believe I streamed this. What's today? 28th? I didn't stream it last week. So yeah. This will be it. Because it's 1915, and we said we wanted to start in the 1914 game, so. Alright, so. Here's how the War Crime Challenge works. Also, I hope the sound is good for y'all. The music's a little low, but that's because the music is very bombastic, and I want to be able to hear myself think. So, to continue, here's how the War Crime Challenge works. Essentially... Alright, so... of course, they want to fight right now, don't they? Let's see. And that is it. Rithel? Yeah, I'll just... Hold on a minute. I need to adjust the... I just noticed this. The resolution's kind of weirding me out. Hold on. Because, like, I'm noticing my mouse is, like, at the bottom of the thing and it's not picking anything up. So, hold on. Yeah, we can't win this fight. So... Yeah. Oh, it's a major loss. Okay. So. Alright, my turn. It's also April of 1915. An initial foray into bombing London with Zeppelin airships hasn't gone well, but the idea itself has potential. Our officers have a plan for an extensive bombing campaign into England using airships supported by our naval fleets. Such a campaign could have both logistical and morale effects on our enemies if successful. Yeah, knowing how history works, fuck that plan. Give me the money. Our resources are better spent elsewhere. We will allocate them to bolster our efforts on the line where it matters. Yeah, so, the Zeppelin bombing plan. On paper, it sounds like a good idea. But as the Germans learned in World War II as well, you cannot bomb your enemy into submission. All you're going to do is make them even more dedicated to and harder fight, easier. It's just going to motivate them to fight even harder. So, and besides, the Zeppelin bombings didn't do anything. Okay, maybe there was a little damage done, but all they were was just big targets. So, part of the forest should contain old war machines? Who's to say it doesn't? You just don't know where I'm keeping them. Anyway. Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone was yelling out, and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea, I saw him drowning. A passage from Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. During the Second Battle of Ypres, Germany unleashed the first successful use of poison gas, injuring or killing 10,000 men, many within the first few minutes of battle. Despite previous agreements banning chemical warfare, use of gas weapons by both sides continued throughout the war until banned again by the Geneva Protocols in 1925. So yeah, it affects both sides. So yeah, there were rules before this, and then everyone said fuck the rules. So here's how War Crime Challenge works. I'm not allowed airplanes. for example, I'm not allowed airplanes. The only thing I am allowed to use on offensive actions, that's the key, on offense, is gas weapons and flamethrowers. So, because fire is fire is an illegal weapon of war. I can also get volunteers, like extra units, but that's it. So here's the problem. This is a challenge because this means that I am handicapping myself. The only way I'm going to win any offensive battles is if I have access to, well, for example, yeah, I need gas rounds, which do take a long time to produce, and I also need to go down the infantry tree. But this also means that I'm giving up things like tanks, better industry, all that stuff. I'm giving all of that up in this challenge. So, the Metal Graveland, I like that. That actually sounds cool. Let's do that, the Metal Graveland. Let's see, doubles any research point awards gained from completing that. Okay, that could be cool, but anyway, for now, I have 2 research, and we're going to use it on, let's see, where is it? Might as well start work. Actually, wait. No, let's get siege artillery. Technically not a war crime, but siege artillery is scary as hell. So so yeah, this is going to be a problem. Hold on a minute. I greatly apologize, but this resolution is throwing me off. Like, I can't even, like, click my buttons properly, so hold on a minute. Let me restart the game. Give me a minute. One moment. Let's try this again. Again, this is an RTS. I need to be able to click my buttons. So, let's see. There we go. We should be good now, I hope. Alright, so. But yeah, as I mentioned, that is the War Crime Challenge. Which, for those who are not aware, that basically means that I'm kneecapping, hamstringing, and crippling myself because I'm not allowed to use normal infantry or even raider infantry on attacks. I'm only allowed flamethrower troops. So, until I get flamethrower troops, I can't do anything. Like, I can't go on the offensive. So I've basically said, yeah, no, I'm going to win this I'm actually going to do the historical thing and win this through a war of attrition, which, by the way, the Germans were never going to win. That plan of attack sounds pretty hot. You know what? Get your ass in the corner for that joke. I'm going to call up my spirits and sick 'em on you. Get your ass in the corner. Anyway, yeah. That's the big deal, basically. Until we get flamethrower troops, we are on the defensive. However, that does not mean that I see that. I need to move some guys around.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir sind unterwegs. Bereit machen. Bewegt euch.
There we go. So yeah, in a war of numbers, Germany was never going to win. Germany needed victory through decisive action, because through attrition, they were going to lose. They would always lose. Let's see. I'm going to start stockpiling supplies now, because we're going to need them. Also, I have plans. Plans within plans. We're going to do one better than history when we finally get the troops for this. But anyway, we have to wait. Yes, yes, you and your French spy stuff. Ah. Oh, you're approaching me? Let's go. Now, recall that I said war crimes only count on offense. On defense, I am allowed to use whatever I have at my disposal. In this case, mostly infantry and artillery. Because, well, if I couldn't fight battles at all, I'd lose the game. Yes, that does make sense, Andrea. So, For those who've never played this game, this is the, maybe you're new, this is the Great War, Western Front. It's basically a World War I RTS. Not the first, actually, I think it might be one of the first, actually. But the basic premise is exactly what it sounds like. Build trenches, and drive off the enemy. Same, and lather, rinse, repeat. And early on in the game, in the campaign, most of the stuff you're going to be doing is, well, taking cover in trenches and hoping to God that, you've got enough guns lined up to stop whoever's attacking. The battlefields also, I found out recently, the battlefields do change. Like, as y'all can see, the battlefields do change, and sometimes your defenses remain. Not all the time. It depends on how, how meticulous they are. Like, these basic trenches are not going to stick around, but the advanced trenches, they will. So, and because of that, we need to make sure that we are thoroughly prepared, because, yeah, I can't go on the offensive here. I'm fighting defense, so... I'm also not stupid, so I'm going to slap down some of these advanced trenches. And I know someone, like, the more tactically minded of y'all might be thinking, wait, Zaruk, there's a forest right there. They can come through the forest. Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can do about it. Unless you get access to, like, siege artillery, you can't blast apart forests. So, basically got to deal with whatever... They're going to come through there. We just have to deal with it. Anyway, my trenches are nearly complete. I just need to throw down a few more basic ones. There we go. That'll do. Doesn't have to look pretty, just has to do the job. Now, ordinarily, there are ways to win battles without making use of, like, it's good to have artillery, but you don't have to have, like, defenses, so, like machine guns or mortars, because barbed wire and artillery is usually enough to do the job. But I'm playing War Crime Edition, so, or the War Crime Challenge, so I have to be very, very violent. So, there will be machine guns. Yes, machine guns are not a war crime, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's get some guys. Now, the German army has access to two kinds of infantry. They have conscript infantry, who are, well, exactly what they sound like. They're basically guys fresh out of training. They have barely any experience. They do less damage, and they run away a lot sooner, but they are good for one thing, cannon fodder.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Hey, Josiah. How many feet of razor wire do you have? I have not unlocked razor wire. You have to research razor wire. So that's why I don't have it yet.
Verstärkung macht Meldung.
We also have access to normal infantry.
Verstärkung bereit.
They're not veterans, but they have, you know, they're actually trained and know what they're doing. So we're going to get a lot of them. And their job is basically to, well, fill the gaps. Or rather, I guess, make sure these guys don't die.
Achtung!
Let's see.
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir haben neue Befehle. An die Linie!
There we go.
Feuerstellung einnehmen!
Okay, let's go. Belgium is a nation, not a road. 2 world wars would say otherwise, King Albert. Sorry. Like, I'm really sorry, but... yeah. 2 world wars would say otherwise. Alright. Show me what you got. As I've told y'all before, the AI normally attacks around the 2 or 3 minute mark, so we have to speed things up, see what they do. I want to watch right here, because if I see some guys run into the woods, then I'm going to have to dump artillery into it. Oh, here they come. So you can actually see there's French troops and Belgian troops. Welcome to World War I, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Astalia, gentlemen. I will not lie. Your chances of survival are small. Okay, we get it.
Welcome to Astalia, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I will not lie.
The chances of your survival are small. Thank you for that. Oh, here they come. They are... Ah, I see what you're doing. Unfortunately for you, it will not work.
Drop. Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, they found their opening. Oop. Hey, Sokaria, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. I'm Zaruk Windcaller. We are playing the Great War Western Front War Crime Challenge today. See, I told y'all they were going to come through the woods. Yeah, they're just overrunning this entire flank.
Bereit machen. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Achtung! In Stellung gehen! Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle.
Alright, see if we can't take that trench back.
Das ist zu viel! Rückzug! Bereit machen!
Why'd you get out of the trench? No comm trench. Well, that's the thing. I'm not like, no, not for this one. I should have done some, but I didn't, and that's, I'll explain the war crime challenge in a minute. If you think that's bad, like, you'll see. What I'm doing is basically suicide, but I thought it'd be fun, so. I'll explain the war crime challenge. You might be surprised what I'm planning. And here's the other thing with the comm trenches. Comm trenches basically make it easier. It works both ways. You can maneuver through the trenches easier, but that also means if your enemies storm the trench and take them, they can now navigate the trenches without getting shot at. So the way I see it is, if they want my trenches so badly, sure, take them. But then when you have to get out, more of my guys will shoot you. So that's my explanation behind it.
Achtung!
Alright, you guys...
Wir haben neue Befehle. Bereit an der Linie.
Let's
Neue
trade.
Befehle. An die Linie.
Trade spots. I love how these guys are just sitting in there. Like, there are the Germans right there, but we are comfortable here. Oh, here they come. Through the woods, like I said. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Like I said, multiple lines of defenses. Defense in depth. Yes, Josiah, Sokaria, Josiah is correct. When I looked at this challenge, I'm like, the risk I'm taking is calculated, but I'm not very good at math. Honestly, I think it'll work, but I have to get to late, I have to get beyond the early game. Because once I get past the early game, I'll be okay. But early game, ugh, boy. I'm going to be at a major disadvantage. Alright, isn't this normally the time you guys call for a ceasefire? Well, I say that. They did release an update to the game a few days ago stating that one problem they saw with the AI is that sometimes the AI will... Yeah, that's what I thought. There it is. Yes. One of the problems they saw was that the AI will exploit any advantage and just throw bodies at an objective, even if it makes no sense. Which, if y'all will recall, last time we played this, they were just throwing their guys at us. Even if they didn't sweep us, they lost maybe like half of their army. Which they've tweaked that. So now, if they don't get a foothold, which they haven't, they'll call for a ceasefire. I'm committing war crimes on my own troops, not just the enemy. Yes? Question mark? I mean, I would prefer not for them to get caught in gas rounds, but, you know, it is what it is. It's World War I. I have to... As weird as it sounds, I have to embody a World War I general where the lives of my men don't matter. Victory matters. I'm not, to quote General Castor from Dawn of War 2 Retribution, I'm not afraid to use my men, but I will not waste them. And killing you would be very wasteful. Although in real life, in World War I, a lot of the high-ranking generals did not give a shit. They would just waste their men thinking they were an expendable resource. Don't do war, kids. Again? You're... Okay. Alright, we'll try again. You know... Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? It's doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Yeah, war never changes. If you're gonna do war, don't do it badly. Just don't do war. It's like I told somebody once who said, here's what I told someone. When they just said war was just one of those acceptable evils, I'm like, okay, well, if you don't care about the lives that are lost, think about it from an economic perspective. Do you know how expensive war is? Like, really? War is expensive. Like, stupidly expensive. Again, don't do war. War is a hell of a drug. I will admit, this is actually one of my favorite maps to fight on because of the way the AI is. I'll explain when we start fighting. But it's actually pretty cool. I know someone watching this at some point is going to be like, dear God, what are you doing with those trenches? Hey, I never said I was very artistic with my trench designs. To paraphrase Bones from Star Trek, damn it, Jim, I'm a general, not an artist. Draw a Bennis. You know, I should expect more from my mods, but sure, fine. Fine, sure, fine. I don't know if I can, but I'll give it a shot. Actually, no, I can't, because they only go in straight lines. I can do something funny, though. This is extremely stupid, but hold on. There you go, the triangle of death. No joke, this is an actual thing I've seen people do. Because it works, you have guns firing in every direction. It's silly looking, but if it works, it works. Anyway, artillery. I'm guilty of prioritizing looks over functionality. I mean, yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of a way we're wired, Silcaria. Like, we want things to look good. Even if they're not going to perform the way we want it to look good. Because ape brain wants things to look good.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Oh. Hey, Cataclysm, thank you for gifting out 5 subs to, let's see. We have one to Squirrel, to Arisrist, Caster Nexus, Zebrian, and Lord Tillian. Thank you for that. And gifting one to Socaria. Thank you. Points at all the nobles wearing generals' uniforms from World War I. Don't be like these guys. Yes, don't be like those guys. Don't be like those guys.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
War is hell.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät
Let's remember that.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Warten auf Befehle. Einnehmen.
Now, that little trick I told you guys about. So get this. So, here's the thing.
Verstärkung bereit.
Because of the way the AI is in this game, there's this... Hey, Cataclysm, thank you for gifting out another sub to Caleb Sindar Dragon, and you've hit triple digits on subs, you mad lad. You are a mad lad, Cataclysm. So, y'all will recall I mentioned there's a little trick you can do here. So here's the deal. The AI is kind of weird in this game. If your guys are hidden in trees or in the forests, the AI acts like they're invisible until they get close enough. This is actually a bit of an advantage, because as long as your guys are hidden in the woods, the enemy won't engage. So, you'll see what I mean. I have a cunning plan. Well, yeah, war is war and hell is hell. Also, I feel the need to read this. If you want to succeed in politics, you must keep your conscience firmly under control. First of all, ow, David Lloyd George, that is very true. Second of all, the fact that they choose that quote from him next to that picture makes me wince. Yeah, if you want to succeed, keep your conscience firmly under control. Those are all gas shells, by the way. Those are gas shells. All of them. And yes, Socaria, it does work both ways. But since they're attacking me, well, yeah, I'm the one who gets to take advantage.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Warten auf Befehle. Bereit bereit machen. Ausschwärmen. Wir müssen los. Jetzt aber im Laufschritt. Ausrücken.
There you go. Now we have a backup fire, another line of fire. Fuck around, find out, talk shit, get hit. Snitches get stitches. There's tons of things you could ascribe to World War I. The most important thing is that we don't forget that it happened. It's often seen, like, World War I is one of those things where we're just like, oh, it happened. But nobody asks why or asks a lot about it because it's overshadowed by World War II. Oh, here they come. Look at all those French-speaking guys. Because Belgians speak French, too. Like I said, this is why you want overlapping fields of fire with your trenches. That's true, Andrea. That's true. All right, next! Bring on the next wave. I don't think I have time. I kind of want to swap these guys with someone else, but we don't have time. Because the moment I move, I'm going to get hit by artillery. Here they come again.
Mannschaften bereit, alle Waffen Jungs! Für der Reichsfeuerheit Feuerbefehle! Feuer!
Just a curtain of artillery shells. Alright, so this is why I normally don't do calm trenches on defense. Now, if these guys want to attack, they have to climb out of the trenches, and the moment they stick their heads up, they're going to get shot to pieces. Now, this does mean it's a little bit harder for me to reinforce my trenches if I want to take these back, but here's the thing. As long as they don't take the objectives, I don't lose any ground. So if they want to stick their heads up and want to try again, go for it. I'll slaughter the rest of these companies. And I always make sure, always, that the rearmost defense lines are connected, so I can move guys back and forth. But the forward trenches like this, yeah, usually they're not connected. But yeah, if they wanna press on, then they have to stand up. And the moment they step out of those trenches, they're shot to pieces. Well, so much for that. That was 255 men who just fucking died. Sorry, 225. How did you only launch one company?
Wir haben neue Befehle. An die Linie! Wir haben neue Befehle.
Oh, I see that.
Ladet sie Koordinaten für Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Feuerwalze einleiten. Mannschaften bereit für Feuerwalze. Alle Waffen abfeuern. Seid bereit, Feuerwalze klar machen.
You know, maybe you guys would be having better luck if you were using actual, like, heavy artillery rather than suppression artillery. Like, sure, I can't shoot, but, like, once that stops, my guys can shoot, and they haven't taken that many losses, so, like, you know. Because, you see, my artillery actually kills people. Sure, you can drop a lot of rounds at once, but when my rounds hit, people die. That's the difference. Might have been a scouting company. I saw something in a 1.1 patch note saying that the AI will scout stuff. Huh. Okay, maybe it was. They didn't scout much then. They died as soon as I saw them.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull god!
More blood for the blood god! Let's see. That it? You gonna call for a ceasefire, or what are you thinking? It's so weird that when I played this as the Allies, the Germans just throw themselves at defenses, like, over and over again. Whereas, ironically, it's the opposite in history. Historically, the French probably lost, next to the Germans, the French lost the most men in World War II. Because, like, they threw themselves into these massive offensives.
Ladet sie nach. Für Bereichsfeuerwalze laden.
Up, here they come again.
Positionen Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Bereit. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Seid bereit für Feuerwalze einleiten.
It can't have many reserves of. Gee, I hope not! I'm doing good, Red Mage. Hope you're doing well. So, here's the thing about the French taking a lot of losses in World War II. It got so bad that in 1917, the French army had multiple mutinies in it. French units just refused to fight because they were being thrown across no man's land and would basically get cut down like wheat in front of a scythe. So they refused to charge. And it showed, like, there were multiple examples of officers getting pissed at their men, yelling at them to charge, or even physically assaulting them to get them to move and to attack, that numerous officers were killed. Like, these men would turn on their officers. Now, granted, killing an officer is a court-martialable offense and would get you shot, but they just refused to act. They refused to go forward. And this was a bit of a problem because it's late 1917. The Allies need to do something, because by late 1917, the Russians are out of the fight. They've signed a treaty. They're out of the fight. So 50 German divisions are now heading to the Western Front. And the Americans are on their way, but American troops will not start to arrive en masse until 1918. So, yeah, until then, it falls on the French and the British to take the brunt of things, and the French get mauled. So eventually it falls on the Brits, who do a pretty good job. But let's just put it this way. By the time everyone likes to say, oh, you know, it's the Americans who won World War I for the Allies. No, they didn't. Shut up with that. Nobody was it was already confirmed that the Allies were going to win World War I. It was only a matter of when, come 1918. American troops showing up was just the final nail in the coffin, because now fresh troops could be put onto the battlefield, rather than exhausted men who were basically ready to kill their officers. Yeah, Andrea is right. They were not interested in being sacrificed. They were men, not animals. So, you know, that brings up a good point. Would you guys, at some point, would you guys like to see a Valiant Hearts stream? Would you guys like me to play Valiant Hearts? You know, that kind of like adventure / puzzle game that takes place in World War I? Like, we can do that.
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, considering the sequel came out recently and finished the story. Yeah, that might be fun to do. I think we'll do that at some point, because I do want to show that game off. It's got an amazing story. Good God, you crazy French bastards! Enough already. I want y'all to look how much artillery they're dropping on just one trench. They are bound and determined to make sure these guys don't get to shoot at all.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir ziehen uns zurück.
All right, pull back.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Remember, if you play this game, it's not, you don't take losses up here if you willingly pull your guys back. If you pull them off the line because they're hurt. If they die or retreat on their own, you take a strength loss. But willingly calling them to retreat saves them. Yes, so Sokaria is correct. If the Americans didn't show up, World War I would have been a stalemate, and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands more people would have died. Like, when the Americans show up, they're basically put on the line immediately, and it allows the Allies to start the 100 Days Offensive, which for 100 straight days sees them pushing the Germans all the way back, all the way back. So, basically, when the Americans arrive, it gives the Allies the final push they need to defeat the Germans. Mind you, like, we also need to remember, it wasn't just Germany that people were fighting in World War I, but on the Western Front, it was just Germany. And to be fair, when you're Germany and your other allies are literally Austria-Hungary who can't do anything right, like, you get, look, hold on. Look, you guys, we use, I'm going to pause for a second. I know we normally give the French and the Italians shit for being pathetic soldiers and everything. The Austro-Hungarians have them beat by a mile. The Austro-Hungarian Empire was getting its ass kicked by Serbia in World War I. You know, tiny little Serbia. Tiny little Serbia was kicking the shit out of Austria-Hungary. Like, they were pathetic soldiers. So pathetic that the Germans had to prop them up throughout the entire war. They refused to cooperate with the Germans, they wouldn't listen to better advice, and then when they would get themselves into trouble and start losing hundreds of thousands of guys, they would be like, Germany, come save us! Because they couldn't do anything. When you've got literally, Germany's allies were literally Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman Empire. You know, the old sick man of Europe. Yeah, no wonder everyone forgets the other two. Yeah, the Austro-Hungarian forces are so much of a joke, we forgot about them. Yep. You guys can see another reason why the comm trenches, or not having the comm trenches, is a good idea. They can't jump in here for cover, so they have to keep moving forward to get to the next two trenches, so they keep getting shot at longer. You know, maybe if these guys had stood up and actually attacked, it would have been better, but I mean, that's like, what? Yeah, no, they would have been shredded, so... Oops. Rare Serbian W, unlike modern history. Yeah, again, though... Let's not forget it was Serbian nationalists who killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand anyway, so we'll forget about that part. Well, actually, I won't forget about it, but here's the thing. You guys want to know the interesting part about that? So here's the thing. After Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, Austria-Hungary had every right not to invade, but basically what they did was they sent a list of demands to Serbia. Now, many of these were actually pretty, you know, were actually understandable. The one thing they were not allowing was they would not allow Austrian authorities to investigate on Serbian soil. So they couldn't send Austrian authorities into Serbia to investigate the Archduke's death. It would have to be done in Serbia. Now, it should be noted that before the war started, when von Moltke, the guy in charge of the German army, saw those lists of demands, the counter demands, because the Serbians actually took those demands, made some changes, and sent them back, and basically said, we agree to all of your terms about this. We are just not going to allow Austro-Hungarian authorities onto our country to investigate. We will do an investigation, but you guys can't do it yourself. You can send officials to help us, but you can't do it yourselves, like in our territory. Von Moltke actually said, hey, you know, looking at this makes all reason for war go away, because they were being perfectly fair and reasonable. However, what if I told you guys that it was actually an Austrian general nonetheless, who's responsible for starting World War I? Yes. His name is Konrad von Hotzendorf. Konrad von Hotzendorf was a war hawk in the Austro-Hungarian government. He wanted war. He wanted a war so damn badly, he would do anything for it. He wanted to destroy Serbia. So he's the one that made a lot of those ridiculous requests, and he's the one that refused to cooperate with the Serbians because he knew that it would lead to war. He would then go on to be the Austro-Hungarian chief of staff and be in charge of their military, where he would systematically get millions upon millions of Austro-Hungarian men killed through his stupidity and ineptitude. If there's a special place in hell for idiots who willingly get men killed, he's at the bottom of it, suffering. Because, yeah, he wanted a war. He started a war. He sounds like a smoke jaguar. Nah, maybe. But yeah, he's a moron. Like, let me put it this way. He's such an idiot. Konrad von Hotzendorf is such an idiot that if you go watch The Great War, those guys on YouTube who like covered World War I week by week back in 2014 to honor the centennial, every time Konrad von Hotzendorf is mentioned in a video, there's always a flood of people in the YouTube comments saying, God damn it, Konrad, what did you do now? Hey, Fountain, hey baby, thank you for the resub. Resubbing for 16 months. Hello, my love. Happy 16 months. I love you too, baby. But yeah, let me put it this way. If tons of people in a YouTube video about World War I are literally all saying, God damn it, Konrad, what did you do now? In a video, you know he's basically become that, he's some, you know, like everyone's going to remember him for being an idiot. And he was a fool. And again, he's one of the reasons the war started. He wanted a war. He just didn't, like, here's the thing. He didn't know the war was going to spill over into what it was. But here's where it gets stupid. When the war spilled over into a global war, he was ecstatic about it. He was like, great, that means even more glory for Austro-Hungary. Yeah, and only cost you, like, what? Most of your male population? A fighting age? Yeah, totally worth it, Conrad. Great. And yeah, he's basically a meme. And just the embodiment of stupidity. Tell you what, after this battle, I'll pull up a picture of him for you guys so you can see him. I just hope I can spell his name right. Konrad von Hotzendorf.
Show love 100 war crimes, yay. I mean, paladins don't condone war crimes, though maybe barbaridans do.
I mean, maybe normal paladins don't condone war crimes, but, like, crusading paladins do. As long as it's in the name of God, like, or in the name of a god, then I guess a war crime is allowed. Like, I don't know, you could be a lawful evil paladin. Jackass warhawks plunging their nations into brutal bloody conflicts that cost way too many lives. Where have I heard that one before? Do you mean, like, almost every part of history? If my god says it's okay, then it's okay, right? Yeah, that's a paladin. God says it's my turn on the Xbox. Just pull out your hammer and get ready to smite somebody. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Good grief, guys, enough. Well, yeah, I know you don't, baby, but other paladins do. God says it's my turn with the napalm. Jesus, you think that's enough? Okay, apparently not. Yes, let's just keep dropping more suppression artillery, because it totally works the first time. Alright, guys, are you done? You've been at this for the past 15 minutes. I think it's over. Unless you have heavy artillery or tanks. Nope. Oh, now you want one. Okay. Yeah, right when their guys are getting ready for another attack, they're like, pardon? Ceasefire? Pardon? Alright, let's see how many men they lost. Oh! Oh! Ooh! Oof! I wish I had oof as a sound effect, because that's wow. Yep, y'all could see that, right? 17,500 men. Wow. And I only lost 750-ish. Gee, I hope it was worth it. Everyone forgets Cloud Kill. Alright, May of 1915. See, our submarine fleet is one of the largest in the world. Currently, they're on the hunt for military ships, but we could unleash them on any ship within the waters of the Allied, within the waters of any of the Allied nations. Doing so runs the risk of angering neutral countries, but would greatly hamper our enemy's ability to supply their forces. So, historically, this did become an issue in May of 1915. because this is around, it's a little bit later, but this is around the time that the Lusitania is sunk. And if y'all will recall, the Lusitania had over 100 Americans on board, pissing off the United States, who was neutral. The Germans did specify, they're like, hey, apologies, but that ship was carrying military equipment. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to keep it to military only. We're going to do one better than what they did historically. Attacking civilian ships is just too risky. We could potentially push neutral nations into entering the conflict and overwhelming our already stressed forces. Better to allow some supplies to get through than to give other nations an excuse to join the war. Yes, it's War Crimes Edition, but only on the ground. Yep, there it is. The Lusitania. Speak of the devil and it will appear. The Lusitania sinks. German U-boat U-20 torpedoed the passenger liner Lusitania in British waters. Close to 1,200 people drowned, including many women and children, and over 100 Americans. This incident sparked anti-German sentiment worldwide and was considered the first major incident that put pressure on diplomatic relations between Washington and Berlin and would contribute to America joining the war. Germany maintained that the ship, like many British passenger ships, was carrying war supplies and was therefore a valid target. I should also mention, here's the thing. It should be noted, fun fact, you guys know that this was not like a total, oh, the Germans were being bloodthirsty monsters and just targeted this thing. No. So here's the thing. The British let the captain of the Lusitania know 6 times, 6, between Boston and the UK, he was told 6 times, you are entering U-boat territory. We do not have any ships in the area to protect you. We advise that you move to full speed and start zigzagging to make it more difficult for U-boats to get a shot at you. It should also be noted that in 1915, U-boats had to surface to fire their torpedoes. They actually had to surface. They couldn't, stay underwater. They actually had to come up to fire their torpedoes. And it was very hard for them to do that and without being spotted. So, literally, the captain of the Lusitania was just like, nah, I'm not going to go to full speed and zigzag. I don't care. We're going to go at normal speed. I don't want to disrupt my passengers. Yeah, well, guess what that did, moron? It got almost all of them killed. So, and yes, Sukari is right. Woodrow Wilson wanted to keep out of the war, but Teddy Roosevelt? Oh, God. Teddy was all about going into the war. In fact, one of his quotes in 1915 is, you say you want to stay out of the war, but Germany's already at war with us. Because a good number of Americans were killed before the war, before we got involved because of the Germans. Hi, Flippo, how you doing? All right, so let's see, what do we got here? All right, I've only got 1 research point, so that doesn't really allow me to do much. But if I want access to gas, then we need to start making our way down here. So there we go. So total to do what I want, we need 5. Let's see, 5, 8, 10. That's for chlorine. 13. 17, 20. We need 20 research points overall to get all the way to improved gas shells. The final, by the way, it goes tear gas, chlorine, phosgene, and mustard gas. So we'll keep that in mind. Anyway, like I said, we can't really do anything because until I unlock flame troopers, I'm not allowed to go on the offensive in this challenge, so. For Pete's sake, you guys are at it again. Alright, I can't win this one, so. Yeah. You guys want that territory so badly? Fine, take it. The enemy has pushed our line back. We can't let this stand. Use this time to reassess and take back our territory. I would, but I can't. British blockade. Soon after the war began, the powerful British Royal Navy blockaded Germany in an attempt to prevent supplies from reaching the Central Powers nations. This includes continuous patrolling, capturing, intercepting, or confiscating ships and ports, and also mine-laying in international waters to prevent all travel. More than 400,000 deaths from starvation and disease are estimated to have been caused by the blockade. The aggressive tactics also affected neutral and allied nations who were not safe from the mines. How did the Allied come? Oh, we won the Allied campaign. No question there. Let's see, research limited exchange. Ah, it's right there. That might take a while. Let's see. Next up is blast yield. Because we need blast yield and then elite training so we can get flame warfare. So blast yield is next. There we go. Also, I'm going to, given the situation we now find ourselves in, I'm going to, let's see.
Bereit machen. Wir sind unterwegs.
Transfer some guys around.
Neue Befehle gehen ein. Los!
I've got the money, so why not? Alright, so, yeah. And by the way... Oh! Uh-oh. Okay, that was weird. So, my plan. My plan is, for now... well, Fleppo, I'm doing the War Crime Challenge. So, to reiterate, for those who might be new, the War Crime Challenge is this. I can only use weapons that are considered a war crime today. That very much limits me, because the only weapons in this that are considered war crimes are gas or chemical, biological, and flame weapons. So I'm going for flame troopers, and I'm also going for gas weaponry. That's it. That is all I'm allowed to use. No tanks, no raiders, no aircraft, none of that. The only option is, like I said, flame troopers, gas, and, siege artillery. That's it. That's all I'm allowed. So, this is basically a waiting game while I get all my supplies and stuff together. Speaking of which, transfer that over here. My plan is, once we get access to flame troopers, or flame infantry, we're basically going to go on an attack to take Ypres from them. So, gonna do one better than history. Alright. In my experience, gas is honestly a better defensive than offensive tool. Even with gas mask, it does some pretty bad temporary morale damage. That plus your soldiers shooting... Yes, that is true, Sokaria. However, once you research phosgene and mustard gas, it actually starts doing physical damage. The guys, the enemy will actually start taking real damage, not just morale damage. And it forces them out of their trenches. That's the thing. When you use gas on the offense, it actually makes the AI abandon their trenches. So, yeah. Alright. Again, same thing as before. We're playing defense, so... Overlapping fields of fire. Been here before. Alright, let's see. I also know that the AI likes to exploit gaps, so I need to be very careful. I've literally seen them, when I had defenses up here once, I've literally seen them actually go around the map edge. It's bullshit, but they do it. That's a lot of connected trench lines. Well, maybe in the back lines, not up front. I believe in having the rear trenches connected, but not the front trenches. After all, you don't want the enemy to be able to just... If the front, if the front trenches are connected, then it makes it easier for them to, like, maneuver around through your guys. And besides, I don't even plan on letting them get that close anyway. I want machine guns covering almost every avenue. There we go. Don't have a lot of heavy artillery to work with, but that's alright. There we go.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
I know I've said this before,
Verstärkung macht
but
Meldung.
props to Petroglyph for actually going out of their way to make sure that all the soldiers spoke in their native tongue. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and I respect them for that.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Warten auf Befehle. There we go. Oh yeah, I know, Flippo, but that's why I have defense in depth trenches. Am I liking the glorious conscripts? Well, they do. They're good cannon fodder. All right, bring on the Frenchmen. That sounds so weird out of context. Bring on the Frenchmen. So here's the thing, I don't speak a lot of languages. I'm not a polyglot or anything. I barely speak English, and I know a little bit of Spanish. But here's a funny word for you. If you guys go back and play some of the old World War II Call of Duty games, have you ever heard a German soldier yell, Sanitäter! Before? You probably hear it a lot, actually, in the game. Hear the word Sanitäter. Or like, it sounds like sanitator, like sanitize. That's the German word for medic. So... basically, every time you shoot a German soldier in an old Call of Duty game and you hear someone yell Sanitäter, they're literally calling for a medic. So, with that in mind, think how many times you hear that in those old games. So think how many times you've shot a dude and they've had to call for a medic. Ah, thank you, Flippo. We have arrived and are waiting for orders. Thank you. And yes, Sanitäter is basically medic in German. Look, German's a weird language, okay? German is weird.
Positionen vorbereiten. Feuerwalze.
Oh no, it's not the Frenchmen, it's the Tommies.
Mannschaft, Feuer.
Here they come, here come the Tommies. Ah, and the Frenchmen. Ah, there go the Frenchmen running away, as is their thing. Dear God, look at all the bodies. Ah, here come the Frenchmen. Did you bring friends? Nope. And yes, yes, Flippo is correct. The lines for the soldiers are the same, but they're spoken in their own mother tongue, which again is really cool. They didn't have to do that. They could have just got someone to do a German accent, but no, they got someone to actually speak German.
Achtung! Wir haben neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen!
I don't know if we have time to get these guys up here, but we're going to see if we can.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen!
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Oh, they're coming from this direction now. You fools! I've got more machine guns over here! Sure, you take one trench, but did you get all the trenches? To be fair, when Brits and Americans do what they call German, I call the line French, and the speaker's racist. Well, here's the thing. For those who don't know, Deutsch is a very difficult language. Is it as difficult as English is to other people? Probably not. But it's a very, it can be a very difficult language to learn, mainly because a lot of languages have Latin as their base. German doesn't. So, for example, you've probably seen this video before, but it's worth repeating. Good example. Ambulancia, ambulance, Krankenwagen. So that's Spanish, English, German. Another example. Borboleta, borboleta, butterfly, Schmetterling. Or hospital, hospital, Krankenhaus. Do you see the problem? Oh, the always shouting angrily stereotype. Yes, German. All right, here's the thing about Deutsch, or the German language. The German language is a very, stoic, kind of there is emotion in it, but it's also a very stoic, very powerful language. The words in it are, just by their uttering, are very, strong, and they pack a lot of, impact behind them. So a lot of people feel like they need to yell or get angry with it, when you don't. And yes, there are multiple, just like how there are multiple variants of English, there's also variants of German. So...
Befehle. Alle Mann zurückziehen! Bereit machen! In Stellung gehen!
Alright, let's fill that position.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Alright, you get... Oh, now you want a ceasefire. Okay. Fair enough. I lost 471 men, most of them conscripts, and they lost 8,000 infantry. Well, with victories like this, I guess the war will be over a lot quicker than I think. I'm kidding. Are you saying Swiss is basically German after it's had a chocolate bar? Germany, eat a Snickers. Eat a Snickers. Why? Because you're not you when you're hungry. Or sorry, Switzerland, eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Better? Better. Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright, what do we got? Demoralize them, which basically means beat down on the British. I mean, that's not too hard. The British already beat down on themselves enough. Hey! Alright. Anyway, let's get some more men. Volunteers. We have two corps of infantry. So...
Achtung!
Let's see. Where can I put you?
Bewegt euch!
Move over here to pat on. It's weak, and I see both of these guys lining up for an attack. So... Yep. Alright.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir müssen los.
I thought so. I'm glad I moved some guys over there. I hate fighting. I know you guys want to see more offensive action, but I have to keep fighting these defensive battles for a while because, well, yeah, there's nothing really I can do. We need victory so we can take down their national will. Because turns out, unless I'm wrong, let's see. To my knowledge, Sokari, Fleppo, if you guys, I'm guessing, but since y'all played this, if your national will gets too low, you start taking penalties for that, don't you? I've never seen it affect the enemy, but I'm pretty sure if your own national will starts getting too low, you start suffering, right? So, let's see. This time we have more supply to play with, so... Not saying we can go crazy, but we can definitely have a bit more fun. Ah, okay. But yeah, like I said earlier, sometime, probably after we do the War Crime Challenge, I will definitely do Valiant Hearts on stream, because I definitely want to play that game, and I want to share it with you guys. There's certain games out there that, you know, like I've said before, I'm always a sucker for games that tell a good story, and Valiant Hearts is a really good story. So, unfortunately... with part two being out, it's also a very bittersweet story. But then again, war is bittersweet. So, like I said, don't do war, kids. Alright, slap down some heavy artillery. All the heavy artillery. We won't need as many machine guns this time.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Yeah, this will work. The right flank's a little light, but I can reinforce that, so. There we go. Good flying never killed an enemy yet. Bullshit! Good flying can indeed kill an enemy. Can't push for the life of me, though. Tanks are good for pushing. Tanks, heavy artillery, siege artillery. Like, let me put it this way. As soon as you get tanks, you basically crack the game in half. Because you get enough tanks and no force on Earth is going to stop you. I would go so far as to say tanks are a little overpowered, but, I mean, they kind of have to be. Alright. Alright, you Yankee, you limey bastards. What you got for me? I have so many machine guns over here, I just noticed. I have 6 machine guns. See, your trench goes bang, bang, bang. My trench goes... Yeah, the tanks are line breakers. But as people who've watched my Allied campaign know, you get enough tanks together, you can just bulldoze everything. Oh, here they come. Oh, you brought the Indian troops. Good. Actually, no, those were Gurkha troops. If they have the Raiders symbol, it means they're Gurkhas. So there were Indians and Gurkhas in there. Go for it, Fleppo. Yeah, they said the Gurkhas. The Gurkhas are the British Raider unit. Or sorry, yeah, basically the British, like, colonial Raider unit. Because the British, like, basically the British have, the British colonial powers have, like, the British forces have British soldiers, Canadian soldiers, Australian soldiers, and then they have, like, the Indian soldiers, and then they have the Gurkhas for their raiders. Oh, yeah, the Gurkhas are legendary. And yes, they do speak, whatever language the Gurkhas speak. They actually do speak that in this game, which is cool. What bonies do the Aussies get? I believe... I don't remember what they get, actually. It's been a while. Because that's the thing, a lot of the bonuses are not really worth it sometimes. So... Oh, here they come. Feel the wrath of 6 machine guns. I see you're taking the Imperial Guard approach. Wow, they didn't even get close to the line. The Raiders, so the thing about Raiders is that Raiders are good at offense and defense, Sukaria, because Raiders actually throw grenades on defense. So, so if like an enemy company's attacking you, the Raiders will actually throw grenades at them when they get close. And grenades, if you like research them properly, grenades will chew through a company. So normally what you do is kind of like what I have here. You'll have riflemen at the front, and then you'll have, or either or works. It's usually better to have raiders at the front because their throwing arm is not that great. But this means as the enemy gets closer to your lines, if your riflemen don't kill them, the grenades from the raiders will. Basically, raiders are good for storming trenches and clearing them, because they'll use their grenades to clear the trenches, and then they'll also use their grenades to like fend off anyone who tries to get into it. And yes, the Raiders can fight tanks. They're better at fighting tanks than the other infantry are. However, if you must have the ultimate defense infantry, just get the flamethrower guys. Because I've literally watched flamethrower units melt, literally melt, entire companies trying to take trenches. Because if they walk into a wall of fire, they just start dying. So, grenades during World War I had almost the same power as modern-day grenades. Not really, I think. I think the main thing about them was that, remember, if you're chucking a grenade into an enclosed area, like a trench, that kind of increases the damage of the grenade, because there's less places for the blast and the shrapnel to go. And again, despite what movies and games have told us, the most effective way of clearing a trench in World War I was grenades, which is why so many guys, like stormtroopers or attacking units charging a trench, would throw grenades into it, because the grenades would kill all the dudes in it, and he could jump in and take the trench. Like, hold on. There. They're the Gurkhas right there. Like, those are the Gurkhas. You can even see they got their knives out. They got their well, you can kind of see they got their kukris out. So yeah, those are the, Gurkha Infantry Company. Base infantry are less effective in the French climate, but the corps can gain, infantry corps can gain Gurkha raiders without requiring research. So yeah, you don't need to, you do not need the raider research to get Gurkhas. And these guys are scary. There's only 25 of them per group, but you don't want them getting close.
Bereit für
Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen.
Bereit für Feuerwalze. Feuern auf diese Stelle. Feuerwalze. Feuerwalze. Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Seid bereit für der Reichsfeuerwalze. Anfeuern.
You don't if you're going to use raiders, you don't use artillery on the trenches. You use smoke. Use smoke barrages. Smoke barrages or rolling barrages. You don't use normal artillery strikes. You use smoke or rolling barrages because that gives cover and will suppress the enemy. A rolling barrage is best for the raiders because rolling barrages not only suppress, but it also gives smoke cover. And also, timing is the key. That's also another part of it. You want to time it just right. And it takes practice. But yeah, I hope you guys are... I just saw the thing there. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you do, follows are appreciated. Subscriptions even more so. But again, I don't care if you're just here to just to lurk. I don't care. I just hope to entertain you guys and have fun doing it. So... follows are appreciated. Spread the word about what I do. Like I said, my job is to basically make new memories with you guys, get you guys talking, and most importantly, if I can be serious for a minute, for 3 or 4 hours a day, I just want you guys to be able to relax and get away from how crazy life is. Life fucking sucks right now for a lot of people. And sometimes just being able to smile and not have to worry about the world is important. It's called data dumping. D-A-T-A dumping. Data dump. Put it out of your mind. Worry about it later. That's what I want to do for you guys.
Bereit für Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen.
Ah, yes. Here come the Frenchmen.
Bereit für Feuerwalze.
Flatten them like the bread they like so much. That's actually a really good thing to play. Look at all these bodies. And look at that one tree. Just like in real life, there's that one tree, like remains of a tree in No Man's Land.
Then pay with your blood!
Then pay with your blood! Honestly, Red Mage, I think they are paying with their blood. Who knows how many men I've killed at this point. Is that a tree or a spine? That's a tree. That is a tree. And that is also a tree. And that is a tree. And that's a wagon. Or what's left of one. That's another wagon. And that's a rock. Pet George? Okay. There we go. A big giant rock. Yeah. I threw a rock at him. It was a big rock. Alright, so they lost 11,000 men and 66 raiders. I only lost around around 400 men. That's a good trade. I saw it, Fountain. I know. Extreme pettiness on my part. I mean, it's World War I. Everyone's petty. Tweet. Walk. Oh, she's reminding me to hydrate, posture check, and stretch, which I did. Alright, it's August of 1915. Perform 3 days of siege barrage. Well, I would, except by my own challenge rules, I can't go on the offensive right now. I'm so close. Right there. That's what I need. Right there. I need that. I'll go ahead and get this, though. So now we have Raider troops. There's one problem. Raider troops, and even, like, stormtroopers are extremely rare. If you want them, like y'all can see right here, one German infantry corps has 20 companies of normal German infantry and one raider group. So, if you want, like, masses of flamethrower guys, which is what I'm gonna need, you really have to put a lot of your eggs into one basket, basically. You really gotta go supply heavy. Speaking of which, I'm also gonna need to get this storage shack set up so I can get more, deploy more supplies to the battlefield. I think it's around 1915 or 1916 that we'll start getting more research points, though. And yes, if we want to get gas mask, then we have to go, let's see, 3, 4, 6, 9. But my main focus is to get get chemical weapons, so... Hang on, don't I have some elite troops? Okay, I thought so. They also only get, like, they also only get one thing of raiders, which sucks, but eh. I like flamethrowers! I studied physics in school! Very interesting subject! Things go up, and things go down! Did you ever end up getting +3 research points, or is it just +2 the max? I think it's only +2, but you can get additional research points by doing, like, missions from time to time. But yeah, I think it's only... But if you start in 1916, I think you do get, like, +2 and then later +3. I'm not sure. But for me, it's always been +2, because I start in 1914. Alright, so... allow me to introduce you guys to the Raider Infantry. We're actually going to use them here. So, where are they? Here they are. German Raiders. Special infantry that use grenades against all targets. Faster and more protected than standard infantry. And we have two companies, two groups of them.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Neue Befehle gehen ein.
So this is their defense range. As you can see, it's not a lot, but remember, they throw potato mashers. And yes, I know that's the allied name for them, but you know, Steel-Handgranaten. But
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf
yeah, they'll
Befehle.
basically throw potato mashers at any, like, as guys get close to the lines. So if you absolutely, positively must keep guys away from your lines, Raiders are an actual pretty good choice. Not as good as the Flame Troops, but hey, if you gotta do it on a budget, then sure.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Special Party!
Melde mich zum Dienst.
I know I butchered that. I'm a dumb American. I don't speak German. Yeah, I don't speak German neither. I'm here for money. Money. A stick grenade, yep. Alright, what will you do? Also, you can see I've installed mortar batteries. So these are mortar positions. They will basically, well, lob mortars. Now, starting mortar positions are okay. Like, it's one big high explosive mortar. But later on, if you research further, you can actually, they'll fire off 3 mortars at a time. So it's thump, thump, thump. And, well, as you can imagine, mortars are very effective at chewing through infantry companies out in the open.
Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
As they say in the movies, enemy in the open, range 300 yards, half load, fire, fire! Or in this case, it'd be Fuh! I don't know, like, I think that's how you say it in German. Oh, here they come. And there go the mortars. Hey, look, bowling pins. All right, watch the Raiders. If they get close. Yep, see, they're throwing grenades. I know it's kind of hard to see, but watch. See? That sounds like a... Oh, it is. So I guess the Allies have reached air power. Good for you. Oi! Verdammt! One of my machine gun emplacements. See, told you guys raiders were good. That's a lot of damage. How about a little more? Sorry, for ya. For ya. Also, you can see raiders are basically do not care about suppression. Well, okay, they're also in an advanced trench. Raiders do not care about suppression barrage. Stop blowing up my stuff. I can't do anything about this because by the rules of the War Crime Challenge, I'm not allowed to deploy aircraft, so I can't counter this. Also, I think it goes without saying, World War I bombing is not this accurate. Like, it should not be able to do this. No, Fleppo, I think this one is. Oh, no, never mind. No, it's not. Well, in that case, that just means the raiders are, well, not immune, but they're highly resistant to suppression barrage. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid bomber. And yes, the bomber accuracy is uncannily accurate. But then again, all the tanks in this game are blisteringly fast. So... Oh, they're attacking all along the line now. Okay, I need a historian to help me out. Or someone who knows their history. The German thing is a Gotha bomber? What is this? I'll even pause it. What is this? Like, what plane is this? I don't know the plane. I don't know the names of a lot of World War I planes. I know what a Sopwith Camel is. I know what a Spad is. And I know what a Fokker is. I don't know what this is. The Chad Raider versus the Virgin Conscript. Here's another shot for you, with its oval engines. Looks like it's got. Hold on. Is that a dude in the front? There's a rear gunner. Is that a dude? There's two dudes up there. Looks like there's a pilot, a bombardier, and then a rear gunner. Kindly stop doing that. What if you wanted to build the ultimate trench line, but the Allied air power said no? And the thing is, you can't build anti-air positions. The only way to deal with air power in this game is either deploy your fighters, yeah, is either deploy fighters, or if you're playing as the Germans, deploy a Flakpanzer. Like I said, this is the War Crime Challenge, so no tanks allowed. That includes the Flakpanzer, so... Damn thing just... Those damn bombers chewed through most of my defenses. But hey, every time they deploy a bomber, it's a huge thing. It's a huge pull on their supplies, so... Raiders, get those grenades out. Okay, I hope you guys saw that. You saw how many companies died right there. That was from them throwing grenades. Like I said, grenades will just claw their way through stacked up companies. They should add some type of AA stationary to the game. Well, the reason they probably didn't do that is because it would literally, like, if you did that, it would fully remove any reason for deploying air power in the first place. Because think about it. If you deployed your bombers, like, if you sent your bombers out to bomb the defenses and they just get shredded by an AA position, then you would never send your aircraft out. You'd basically have to overwhelm the defenses with all, like, tons of bombers, or you'd have to drop artillery on the AA position to eliminate it. It might be a French plane, I don't know. Look at that. I lost 81 men, and they lost almost 9,000. I love it when a plan comes together. What's that quote from that guy from Atlantis? I love it when I win. Ah, you're coming back for more. All right. Let's do the time warp again. Let's see. Sorry, just checking something. Alright. Ah! Looks like we haven't fought here. Oh, wow. Look at the size of that crater. Alright. Well. We haven't fought here before, so I'll have to build the defenses. Yeah, so for those who don't know, this was the result of an undermining explosion. Basically, they dug their undermining explosions where you dig under the trenches, stuff it full of explosives, and then blow it. And then whatever happens, happens. Fun fact. I've actually seen a hole this big before. My family had the privilege to go to Normandy about over a decade ago. We actually went to France. My brother, my father, and I all went to Normandy while my mother went around Caen. And, yeah, we actually got, my brother actually stumbled into a shell hole left over by a battleship that bombarded the beaches. So. And yeah, they are as deep and as big as you think. Trying to make a triangle of doom. If they do get past these defenses up here. I wonder. Can you form... Nope, you can't. I was about to say, can you form squares? But no, you can't. Just triangles. Looks like a Vickers Vimy or an RAF FE2. Oh, a Handley Page Type O. Okay, then maybe that's it. I've seen a hole this big before. Okay, first of all, don't take that out of context. I've seen a shell hole this big before. Now, granted, it wasn't like this. It was actually green, and it actually, you know, because it's been over, like, it had been over 70 plus years, so the grass has grown back in. But yeah, it's scary to imagine what kind of force would leave an would, you know, do that much damage. Remember, I've told y'all this before, and you don't even have to take my word for it. You can look it up. The damage from both World War I and World War II is still prevalent. There are still shell holes, and there are still trenches that still exist. Fun fact, by the way, there are certain parts of France you're not allowed to wander into because of unexploded ordnance. So, yeah. The Zone Rouge, as it was called. Alright. I already see a problem here. If they come charging through the forest, then I can't really stop them. Let's see. There we go.
Verstärkung macht Meldung.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
All right, let's go. Machine guns are taken through grit and determination. No, Douglas Haig, no, they're not. They're taken through suppressive fire, and hopefully they won't be there after the artillery stops. Grit and determination. That literally screams, yeah, I know I'm probably going to lose hundreds of guys trying to take this, but who gives a shit? Tally-ho, lads. Take that machine gun by drowning it in your own blood. Also, that reminds me, okay. You guys have heard me jokingly quote this with some other streamers before, but you know the whole own a musket for home defense, because that's what the Founding Fathers intended. Have y'all heard or seen the version of that with Count Dooku's voice from Star Wars? I sent it to Niall, but if you look up, like, Count Dooku own a musket for home defense, it is absolutely hilarious. Own a musket for home defense, because that's what the Jedi Order intended. I've been looking forward to this. My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count. Good. Twice the pride, double the fall. Here they come. It's the Belgians. They're bringing their fries and their waffles. Stop them. I see that, I see you in there. Yes, their fries are no match for our beer. Though I will admit, Belgian pommes frites are amazing. Like, they just are. Shells, I think you mean kegs. Yeah. Okay, well, here's what I want to know, Fleppo. Is taking Verdun even worth it? Really? Like, is it really? Because, like, if it's worth it, great. If not, what's the point? Like, I know it does a lot of, national will damage, but is it really worth it? Bragging rights. Oh, yeah, we took Verdun from the Frenchmen, but it only cost us hundreds of thousands of men. But we did get a catchy Sabaton song. Ah, here they come again.
Rückzug! Zurück nach hinten!
All right, good job, guys. You've taken 2 trenches. One of whom has, like, barely any guys in it. And another, I mean, great. But you're getting blasted by mortar fire, so... Guys, it's not working. You can stop. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Speaking of encircling, that's actually how I, if y'all go back and watch the VOD of, last stream when we played this game, that's actually how I won the the Allied campaign. We took 13 corps prisoner. We literally surrounded and cut off 13 German corps and took them prisoner. So, no, I'm sorry, 18. My apologies. We captured 18 corps. So, like, that won us the war, because 18 corps surrendered. So... I mean, at that point, if 18 corps worth of your guys are surrounded and just surrender, you might as well just give up at that point. Hello, Meatball Girl. And yeah, I'll do a posture check. But yeah, if y'all do want to see that video where we ended the Allied campaign, it's either up on the VOD channel now, or it'll go up tonight. But yes, we won the Allied campaign by capturing 18 corps, which is stupid. I'll admit, it was, all of us were freaking out. I was like, that's 18 corps in there. Holy crap. Good God, the Englishmen are coming out of the trees! And the Frenchmen! They're in the trees!
Rettet euch! Warten auf Befehle.
Get him, boys. Give me back my trench, you British bastards! There we go.
Verstärkung macht Meldung.
Alright, I don't want to lose those guys. Pull back.
Verstärkung bereit.
The trees are speaking the Queen's English. Actually, I think it'd be the King's English. Yeah, it'd be the King's English at this point in history. It'd be the Queen's English, well, until recently it would have been the Queen's English, but it's the King's English again. Yes, I will accept that ceasefire, despite the fact that you're killing my men with artillery. Yes, Queen's English is... Thank you. The Queen's English is post-World War II. But isn't it back to being the King's English since Queen Elizabeth II has passed? Rest in peace. Isn't it back to being the King's English, or is it just the Queen's English again? Okay, got it. Yeah, so the Queen's English is post-World War II. Got it. And up until recently. Well, yeah, Sokaria, but that's kind of the point. If men are completely surrounded and captured, there's no way for them to go back to the front. So capturing men is a huge boon. That's kind of the point. There we go. New research grants. The need to increase spending on research and developments in new technology and weaponry has been recognized. Read as the need to increase spending on war crimes and developments into new weapons has been recognized. Our leaders have focused many industries and think tanks into creating new ways to destroy our enemies while protecting our allies. Protecting our allies. That's funny. That's funny. You guys are funny. The cradle of civilization. British and Indian forces move along the Tigris River to capture Kut al-Amara in Mesopotamia from Turkish forces. Their goal was to capture Baghdad, but the British-led force was inadequately supplied and woefully underestimated the Turks. Though they came within 25 miles of Baghdad, they were eventually forced to retreat with heavy losses, and the Allied army eventually surrendered at Kut after a brutal siege soon after. Alright, let's see. It's war crime o'clock. Let's see. Oh, yes. It's flame trooping time! Alright, well, if I'm gonna make this work, I need to have more men, because we have to transfer more guys over. But for now, let me see what I can grab.
Warten auf Befehle.
Bereit machen.
Position bestätigt.
Achtung! Jetzt aber im Laufschritt. Wir haben neue Befehle. Ausrücken! Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir sind unterwegs.
Alright, we are gonna have to wait, because these guys all just transferred over, but... Get stormtroopers and Pope Verdun from Thionville. I want to clip that. You're gonna have to wait a bit then, because I'm actually gonna attack Ypres first. Oh. Death of a nurse. Edith Cavell, a British nursing instructor working for the Red Cross in a Brussels hospital, was accused of treason and found guilty by German court-martial with a death sentence. Her impending execution invited international cries for mercy, but to no avail. She was executed via firing squad, which was covered by the world press and received condemnation from across the globe. Her death was used as a focus of propaganda campaigns for military recruitment in Britain to increase sentiment toward the Allies in the United States and to paint Germany as barbarians. I'm British American, by the way. Mostly English ties, but I recently found out that I have strong Scottish ties my English side tried to hide from me. Specifically Campbell, and more specifically Blackwatch. The war never ends. Not even at home. Nope! That's kind of the thing. I mean, like, what's that joke I heard someone say when they described Medieval 2 Total War? Here's what, here's the descriptions for, in Medieval 2 Total War, you get to play as a different nation. Here's the summary that I saw of someone describe Britain and France as follows. For Britain, if you have enough English longbowmen, you could turn any battle into the Battle of Agincourt. Here's the French summary. If those fucking English dogs cross that channel and invade my country one more goddamn time, I will cross that tiny strip of water, invade their island, and rewrite their language a second goddamn time. Which I think is great. That perfectly summarizes it. I will come back over there and rewrite your language again. Alright, local black market. A black market has sprung up in the region, offering military gear at a discount. Ah, St. Menho. Alright, so, what can I research now? We've got flame troops, so next up is, let's see. Next up is gas shells. We're getting there. But anyway, something I want to do first. Give me a minute. There's, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. Give me a second. Hang on. We attack. So, as you can see, we have six stormtrooping. But before we do anything, one moment.
You're always...
Shush! It's an old meme, sir, but it's relevant. It's an old meme, sir, but it checks out. Alright, give me a second. Got it. It is time. Come, brothers! Now there's a standstill in the war, repeating what's been done before. It must come to an end, a few will transcend. They were under 25, and under fire they would thrive. The Stormman is born, their enemies scorn. A face of the future, new tactics in war, new doctrine in combat explored. As fast as lightning, there's no time to mourn. A glimpse of the future, and Blitzkrieg is born. Strike at 0 hour, with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemies' eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a fast and violent escalation. Out of the trenches, the stormtroopers rise. I love this fucking song. I work out to this song. I love it. I love it so damn much. But I'm gonna stop there, or else I'm gonna get a copyright strike. So, yeah, it's stormtrooping time. I'm going to flood across this open ground with enough flamethrowers that well, you'll see. Now, the problem is, I'm excited, but we do have a problem. The issue is that I don't have enough of them to basically win a sweep. That's not going to happen. I would have to, so my plan is, I will use the stormtrooping to take the position, and then I will call in additional troops to hold the position. But only the stormtrooping go on the offensive. So, that's what they're for. But I do need to lay down some defenses just in case the enemy gets smart. Also, I'm sorry y'all got to hear my awful singing. I love Sabaton. So they are the best history lesson you could ask for. So let's see. Also, it's siege artillery time. More! Oh, okay, not that much. Let's go with a week-long bombardment. I should also mention, here's the thing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it. Quick thing. If you get this game, a warning. I didn't know this till recently, but a warning about the pre-battle bombardment. This messes up your guys too. Pre-battle bombardment affects your men. It actually negatively affects their morale because they've literally had to listen to constant shelling. Like, it actually shell shocks them. So be aware of this. It does affect them. Anyway, let's get our guys ready. Gonna need some heavy artillery. Alright, let's see. Sturmtruppen time.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung.
Alright, that's all the ones I think yeah, that's all of them. We do need to, like, fill in some gaps here, just in case they try something.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Verstärkung bereit.
Now, I'm basically, like, it costs a lot of supplies to do this. Like, actually, I think I'm going to turn this back down a bit. There we go. It's only 5 days instead of 7, but this will be enough. And if you don't know what a pre-battle bombardment does, you're about to see. Feuer! Come on. About to say, did my war crimes crash the game? No. There we go. This is a pre-battle bombardment. You can see all the trenches we just destroyed. Alright, boys. Get ready to advance.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Bereit machen.
I need to be very, very careful with these guys. There are not many of them.
Wir müssen diese Stellung halten. Bereit für Befehle. Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt Neue Befehle gehen ein. Warten auf Befehle. Halten hier. Bereit machen. Wir halten hier die Stellung. Achtung, diese Stellung gehört uns.
I know y'all can't see him very well, but yeah, those are stormtrooping.
Ladet sie nach. Für Bereichsfeuerwalze laden.
Now, I know I said I was going to use gas weapons, but here's the thing. Gas attacks are really expensive. So, I have to be careful with them.
Bereit für Befehle. Wir müssen diese Stellung
Advance.
halten. Positionen vorbereiten. Laden. Alle Waffen abfeuern. Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Feuer! Neue Befehle gehen ein. Den Graben ein.
Ah, shit, they got machine guns.
Bereit machen. Position einnehmen. Achtung, in Stellung gehen. Bereit für Befehle. Grabt euch ein, Jungs. Neue Befehle gehen Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben. Warten auf Befehle. Wir halten hier. Bereit machen.
Pull back. Pull back.
Achtung, bewegt euch, Jungs. Bereit für Befehle. Wir müssen los. Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Alright, so it looks like two of... Well, no, one of them got in there. Yeah, that didn't work. So y'all can see the problem with this challenge that I've taken upon myself. The issue is that these guys are not bulletproof, and they can't, you know, take machine gun fire. So we basically have to just keep bombarding everything until we open a path. Because I'm not allowed to use other infantry, so...
Seid bereit, Jungs! Bereit für Feuerwalze! Feuert auf diese Stellung! Feuerbefehl klar machen!
Fire. Is using conscripts as scouts a war crime? If you mean purposefully sending men to their deaths, yes, that is a war crime. So we're allowed to do it.
Warten auf Befehle. Bewegt euch!
Ladet sie nach! Auf Feuerwalze! Feuerwalze einleiten!
I do need to take out the machine gun if it's there. What if they survive? Bold of you to assume that I'm going to allow that. They're cannon fodder. We can replace them.
Wir müssen diese Stellung
All right, boys, get up there and take a look around.
Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben.
Positionen vorbereiten! Für Bereichsfeuerwalze!
Wir sind verloren!
Mannschaften bereit!
Das ist zu viel!
Unsere Ziele! Seid bereit,
Koordinate
Jungs!
hoch,
Für
Jungs!
Feuerwalze prüfen! Feuer!
So yeah, they got 2 machine guns here. One there and one there. I wonder. So this is normally not something I would do, but...
Belagerungsfeuerwalze klar machen!
So here's the thing. There are actually 3 types of artillery in this game. Heavy artillery, light artillery, and fuck everything downrange artillery.
Bereit für Feuerbefehl auf diese Stellung! Feuerwalze klar!
Siege artillery is basically, literally, siege artillery is, dear grid coordinates, go away. Alright, we took out that MG nest. Let me show y'all what a siege artillery looks like.
Für Salve eingestellt!
Now, normally the smart thing would be to drop it right here, but I want to get rid of this machine gun nest, so,
Ziele eingestellt!
it's expensive, but, wait. Now, if there was anyone in those trenches, they're dead now. Like, no question, they're dead now.
Positionen vorbereiten!
There we go. Alright, the MGs are gone. Now we can try again.
Warten auf Befehle.
If it doesn't work this time, we're just gonna have to pull back.
Los! Position bestätigt.
Oh, that's true, Raleus. If they you know, if you serve a scout and do a good job, you keep getting the job. Nope, back up. I see that. Back up. Nice try. Wait for that to go, for that to stop. Hey, fun fact, Meatball, if you're still here, one cool thing this game does, if you're playing as the Allies and you have British soldiers, they all speak different, like, accents from Britain. So you hear Scottish, you hear British, you know, well, you know what I mean. Different dialects. But you hear Scottish in there too, which is cool. Alright, so I'm gonna... I don't think Cockney is the right word for it. Maybe it is, I don't know. I always thought Cockney was kind of an offensive term. Because when I think Cockney, I think of the Orcs! Gotta push your lower jaw out. Alright, so...
Auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten!
Let's see, we'll drop a, we'll drop some tear gas back. Let's see.
Gas laden!
Sure, we'll drop gas right here. But the other two get artillery.
Neue Befehle gehen
Go,
ein.
boys, go.
Wir müssen diese Stellung halten. Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben. Warten auf Befehle. In Stellung gehen. Bereit machen. Grabt euch ein, Jungs.
can see, that's the wrong color, but that's tear gas. Get in the trench, quick.
Die Waffen niederlegen!
Achtung! Bereit für Befehle.
Alright, they're in.
Neue
But the
Befehle
problem
gehen
is that
ein.
they can't do anything because, well, using a flamethrower down a very narrow trench is a bad idea. Yeah, there's some Welsh in there too.
Warten auf Befehle.
Nicht schießen!
Bereit machen.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Because these guys need to be using their flamethrowers against the positions. Oh, good job, guys.
Achtung!
Didn't think that would work. Okay.
Bereit für Befehle.
Anyway,
Neue Befehle
you guys
gehen
go
ein.
take that one.
Nehmt den Graben ein.
Now, where are my raiders? Again, can't use the raiders for offense, but we can use them for defense.
Los!
Move up.
Warten auf Befehle.
Linie bemannen!
Ah, Birmingham is another area we make fun of for their accents, if only slightly. Fun fact, I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't live there anymore. I moved states. But when my family went to London for one Christmas, we explained that to somebody that we were from Birmingham, and he's like, "Oh, Birmingham." I'm like, "No, sir. Birmingham, Alabama, in the United States." And he looked us dead in the eye, and he goes, "They consider you the yokels where you're from." And I'm like, "Yes, actually, why?" He goes, "Well, that seems to be the part that everyone agrees on." So, don't know how much of that's true, but that's what he said. So, all right. So we've got it. But if we want to gain anything, we need to take this position, which means we need to lay down some more artillery and take out this MG. So,
Auf Feuerwalze. Positionen vorbereiten. Für
Alle Waffen
Feuerwalze.
laden!
oh, come on! How? Really? Okay, fine.
Bereit machen. Mannschaften
Koordinaten
bereit für
unsere
Feuerwalze
Ziele.
prüfen.
Seid bereit
Für
für
Feuerwalze. Feuer!
All right.
Bereit machen.
Oh, look! There you go! There's the flamethrowers in action. Oh, shit, they're actually counterattacking. Shit.
Achtung!
That's not good.
Wir halten
Move, boys,
Linie.
move.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle.
Crap.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle. Stellung einnehmen. Bereit machen.
All right, you guys,
Achtung!
get him.
Auf der
Just take that
Feuerstufe
trench
bereit
back.
machen.
Achtung!
Meanwhile, let's see if we can't
Achtung!
do something about this.
Flammenwerfer bereit machen.
Burn him out. Oh, shit.
Position einnehmen.
Never mind.
Die Arme hoch, Jungs.
Of course. Yeah, so, you can't see it, but there's actually dudes up here.
Ladet sie nach.
Like, y'all can't see it, but there are. There's dudes in that trench, there's dudes in that trench. Yeah, we can't see that, though. So, we're in a bit of a situation.
Zurück nach hinten. Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir halten hier die Linie.
Well, this isn't good. If I can't take the position, then we're in trouble. Yeah, we're just gonna have to call a ceasefire because, like, I can't take this position because I'm not allowed to attack with my raider infantry. So, yeah, ceasefire. The draw. If anything, I came off worse, though. Yeah, it's basically a draw. I need to concentrate on getting more supplies to the front, and I need more artillery. Because, again, if this tactic is going to work, I need, heavy artillery, gas weapons, and, I need to basically be able to get to the trenches. That's the first thing. I've got the infantry. Now I just got to get there. But for that, I'm going to need a lot of supply. So for now, there's not much we can do. As usual. Just like it's just like the real life war. But at least I could show you guys what they do on defense. Here's the thing. Flame troops are if raiders are good on defense, because raiders can clear out chunks of guys, not just companies, but like their grenades do AoE damage, so they can rip companies apart. Flame troopers just burn everything. A full unit of Sturmtruppen in the right place can block an entire avenue of approach. So, because remember, normal infantry don't have grenades, so they have to actually dive into the trench. And I don't know about you, but if there's some gas mask wearing psycho pointing a flamethrower at me, I'm not jumping in that trench. So
Gefechtsbereit!
I actually think I'll put him over here. There we go.
Bereit für Befehle!
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
We can put the raiders over here.
Gefechtsbereit.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Put down some defenses. And yeah, the bombers are probably going to destroy the defenses again. But hey, better have some defenses than none at all. Also, weird question, but I am going somewhere with it. Anyone here a fan of the Terminator movies? The first three, I mean. Because if you are, I'm thinking about getting the game Terminator Resistance, which I've heard is actually pretty decent, so we may do that at some point. Just plans within plans from me. Because if you guys don't know, Terminator Resistance actually ties in with the first two movies extremely well, so. Alright, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so for those who don't know, Terminator Resistance actually takes place in the future war. Like, it doesn't feature the Terminator at all. You play as a normal guy who's fighting the machines in the future. And it's tied directly into movie 1 and 2. Because not only do you meet John Connor, but literally from what I've seen, the final level of the game actually starts right at the start of the first movie. Where, like, you see John Connor with his binoculars, like, watching the final attack on Skynet. Like, you actually take part in that, which I think is pretty cool. Also, scenes from the movie are recreated in the game, which is just shows that these guys loved what they were doing. So we're definitely... Oh, and also, all the sound effects from the original movies are there. So like the lasers, like the plasma lasers, yeah, all perfectly recreated. So we will definitely do that at some point too. Alright, where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Ah, there they are. Yeah, I'm playing on trainee, because this challenge is basically handicapping me, so I'm playing on trainee. Figured that'd be a smart... I figured that's a fair exchange. God, my raiders can't even throw their grenades because they're suppressed. Second verse, same as the first, I guess. Oh, for Pete's sake. Stop smashing my shit! I can't do anything about the aircraft. Because airplanes are not allowed in the war crime challenge. Ugh. Don't worry. I'll get my chance. Also, for those who don't know, there's actually, that reminds me, there's a funny achievement in this game. Hold on, what's it called again? There is an achievement called, let me see. It is called, where is it? Yeah, there's an achievement called, That's Not What Happened. And you have to make it to December of 1919 with either faction. Alright, come on boys, show them what flamethrowers can do. There we go! Burn their mongrel hides! As you can see, it does take them a minute to reload, but honestly, I don't think it matters. Had all I can stand, and I can't stand much more. One, bombers are not this accurate back then. Two, they didn't carry this many bombs. Like, a bomber of this time would carry probably one heavy bomb, maybe two. Most of the other bombs these guys, like bombers, would drop were basically the size of a mortar, and you would literally just drop it by hand. So, you gonna try that again? Probably. Speak of the devil. You know, I think the weird thing is that one of the, is like, they keep telling you, they're like, oh, if you want to win instantly, go take Paris or go take, like, the German headquarters. How? Like, how in the world are you going to have enough time to do that? Not to mention, doing sweeping victories like that would do so much morale damage, or like national will damage. Like, I don't know how, like, unless you're supposed to, like, I don't know, like, take it with, like, one group of dudes. Like, again, to give context, when I won the Allied campaign on stream, the reason we were able to cut off and surround 18 corps of guys is because we literally had an armored thrust from 2 directions. I had tanks lead a strike force that completely surrounded and pinched off a group of guys. We had tanks doing most of the heavy lifting. So, hey, Lich King, thanks for the resub, 10-month subiversary, let's go. All right, thanks, buddy, I appreciate it. How you doing? There we go, got that. Give me my money. All right. Next up, I think we're gonna go with the, let's see. Think. I wonder. So... Well, we're gonna have to start doing damage with the gas, so, yeah, let's just start doing this for now. Because eventually I'm gonna have to get gas mask, because again, the maxed out gas mask makes your guys, I think, does it? Hold on. I think it makes you invulnerable. Yes, if you have level 3 gas mask, damage from tear gas, chlorine, and phosgene is negated, and damage from mustard gas is reduced by 30%. So that basically means that if you're dumping mustard gas on your enemy, your guys can just go right through it and, well, I mean, they're gonna hurt, but at least they won't be coughing their lungs up. Also, actually, Sokaria, you can't take Calais. You can't. I tried it personally. It will not allow you. The game, that's the thing, one thing I wish they would fix. You cannot take Calais. Because if you do that, like, naturally you'd want to do that so that they can't deploy more British or Commonwealth forces. Well, guess what? The game's like, no, that's an Allied spawning zone. You can't take that. Then why the fuck can we take Paris? Like, we should be able to take Calais. If we can take Calais, that's a huge boost for a German player. But apparently we're not allowed to do that, so... My knee is better, but I have a doctor's appointment coming up. Ugh. Well, I hope for a swift recovery for you, buddy.
Neue Befehle gehen
Wir
ein.
haben neue Befehle.
Zackig!
Anyway, let's see. Fleppo wanted to see me attack Verdun. So I'll do that. You have to wait till next turn, because I just transferred some dudes over, so...
Warten auf Befehle. Wir müssen los.
Nah, it's a stalemate. It's December of 1915. Okay, so, let me see, what's next? Yeah, we need concrete pit, and then we can get chlorine gas. And then after that comes phosgene. And once we get to phosgene, we'll start working on, like, the other stuff, like the filters and the supplies. So let's see. Let's go ahead and see... Oh, but they've actually reinforced Verdun. This might be a little bit harder now. Yeah, no. Major loss. That'll kill me. But... Yeah, sorry, Flep. I guess I'm not gonna be able to do it right now, because that... Yeah, I don't want to, like... I don't want to suffer if I do that, so... I'm gonna have to wait. Might need to pull some guys around.
Bereit machen. Jetzt aber im Laufschritt.
Yeah. It's January of 1916. So, new year, new war crimes. There we go. Alright, so how much is it for chlorine gas? 2. Alright. Alright, let's see. So... Let's actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the storage shack. Because that gives us more supply to work with. Then we can get phosgene. Yeah, I know I'm taking minor losses here, but you guys are hurting too. And I can't do anything without my, without my gas weapons. I need my war crimes. Finally. Alright, chlorine gas. So this will make our gas attacks more powerful. I wonder.
Warten auf Befehle.
Achtung!
Los!
Stalemate. Because of the weather. Yeah. Hey, Duke. How you doing, buddy? Alright, April of 1916. The Easter Rising! Irish rebels took up arms against British rule in an effort to gain independence and create an Irish republic. Several hundred Irish citizens seized several structures across Dublin. Fighting broke out in the streets. What began as small arms fire escalated into a full-on conflict that included offshore gunboats and artillery fire. The battle ended with the surrender of the Irish forces. The death toll includes 260 civilians, 143 British military and police, and 82 Irish rebels, 16 of which were executed for their role in the battle. Several sections of Dublin have been left in ruins from the artillery fire. I'm sorry to hear that, Duke. Alright. Still not enough for phosgene, but let's see. Might as well go ahead and get this. Screw it, let's try it. Okay, actually, no. Bad idea. Attacking with fog, I need to be able to see. So, we need to wait. Is that all you... I was about to say, is that all you Frenchmen do is spy? Alright, it's May of 1916. Preemptive distribution. With the war raging in the Middle East, Great Britain and France secretly signed the Sykes-Picot Agreement. Both countries assume that they will have a resounding victory in the region and agree how to divide the spoils of the defeated Ottoman Empire. France claims Syria and Lebanon. Britain claims Jordan, Iraq, the Gulf states, and the Palestine Mandate. Yeah, and this totally won't have any problems that reach into the modern day. Nope. No problems at all. Absolutely nothing will come from this, aside from the fact that a ton of the Middle Eastern countries will build a disdain for the Western countries and will lead to some of the greatest acts of terrorism the world has ever seen. Yeah. Funny about that. Increase national will by 20. We can do that. Anyway, let's see. Next up... I need these gas masks, and then, let's see. There we go. All right, boys. Why not? Let's see what we can do. Forgetting that the spy from TF2 exists? Yeah, well, you got blood on my suit. I mean, to be fair, the spy is more like he's also an assassin for hire, too. Him and Sniper both. Yeah, Dad, I'm not crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin. Well, the difference being one's a job, the other's mental sickness. I'll be honest with you. My parents do not care for it. Hey, Bowen, how you doing? You're just in time for the war crimes. Alright, first things first. Let's go with a 10-day bombardment, because I'm absolutely psychotic like that. Also, I need a balloon so I can see what the heck is up ahead. And then we'll deploy some heavy field artillery. Actually, I just realized if I do that, actually, we probably can't use a pre-bombardment because I need the supply to launch gas shells. So, yeah. And only heavy artillery can launch gas shells for some weird reason.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
All right, conscript. Your job is basically just to hold the line, and if I need some bodies for scouting, for suicide, I mean scouting, then I give you a call.
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Gefechtsbereit.
All right, let's do it. If any question why we died, tell them because our fathers lied. Yeah. Yeah. That about sums it up. As the Requiem for a Soldier goes, young men who died for old men's wars. You see, it is the old men who have the quarrel, not the young men. The young man seeks to cooperate. It's the old man who seeks violence. Huh. Why didn't that play?
Surprise, motherfucker.
There it is. Okay. I was wondering why that wasn't playing. Up goes the balloon. Also, I don't know if y'all can see it. There's actually a dude in there with binoculars. Alright, so they actually have rebuilt their lines and have machine guns set up. Well, let's make those go away, shall we? Alright, you guys want to see a bunch of dudes disappear? Watch this. Wait. Here it comes. Yeah, that trench is gone, and anyone in it is dead. Those guys have 63 men left.
Positionen vorbereiten, klar machen. Mannschaften bereit auf diese Stellung. Seid bereit, Jungs. Feuerwalze einladen.
Zaruk, whoa, that's a lot of artillery. Don't you know the meaning of the word mercy? Mercy died a long time ago. Flatten them. Time on target. Fire! Alright, we've opened a path. We still got some positions we need to take, though. I see. You're calling in backup. Okay, we'll have to deal with that. I wonder. That trench is still working, so I wonder if... I got an idea!
Bereit machen. Position bestätigt. Achtung! Bereit für Befehle. Bewegt euch! Wir müssen los. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Zackig! Warten auf Befehle.
I want all the guns we have to fire on that man.
Mannschaften bereit!
We recently unlocked chlorine gas, so
Gasgranaten, klar auf diese Stellung!
suffer.
Oh no!
Oh no. And yes, they do, you can see they are taking damage. But I have other plans. I want every piece of artillery I have to clear me a path. Flatten everything.
Bereit machen. Wir halten hier. Wir halten hier die Stellung. Diese Stellung gehört uns. Position bestätigt.
Nope, pull back. The artillery didn't get rid of them. Pull back. I'm not wasting my men. Yeah, gas is still there, guys. So here's the thing. When gas attacks happen, the AI freaks out and makes sure to move its guys as far away as possible from it. But then they'll go right back to their trenches. So, best thing to do is that you find the position, like, the positions you want to take, hit them with artillery. The positions you need to, like, avoid getting shot at from, dump gas on them. So, case in point.
Seid bereit, Jungs! Alle Waffen bereit machen! Ladet sie nach! Auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten! Unsere Ziele! Positionen vorbereiten! Feuerwalze! Mannschaften bereit! Auf diese Stellung! Auf Feuerwalze! Bereit! Feuerbefehle!
There you go. That'll do it.
Achtung!
Alright, boys. Move up.
Wir müssen diese Stellung halten. Bereit für Befehle. Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben.
What the hell? Why is that machine gun still working? Pete's sake. Just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, and they won't come through the comm trench because of the gas. All right, we're in the trenches. Good. That's step one. Now, we need to flatten this. Actually, you know what?
Geschütze für Belagerungsbeschuss klar machen.
Yeah, no.
Auf eingehende Feuerwalze vorbereiten.
What if you wanted to take cover in a trench, but Zaruk Windcaller said no? Bye-bye. Alright, that took out a trench I didn't want to destroy, but alright. Alright. I want almost every piece of artillery I have to plow the field where those guys are.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir müssen los.
Alright, good, it's gone. Alright. Time for the next part of the show.
Gas laden. Feuert auf diese Positionen Gasgranaten klar machen. Feuerwalze einschalten. Alle Waffen abfeuern.
Bereit machen.
Why, are they actually sitting in that? Well. Oh, there they go. Morale break. So yeah, that's the thing about damaging gas, is that over time it will act like if those guys do not get out of it, it will actually cause a morale break. They won't stand there and take it. They can't. And remember, this is chlorine gas. This is not the worst gas to be used in World War I. And if chlorine gas causes a morale break, you can only imagine what mustard gas does to them. It's okay. Shit, get in the trench, get in the trench, get in the trench. Good job, boys. There we go, we took a position. Yay! We've secured a control point. Now, we gotta take the other ones. Unfortunately, I do not have the manpower or the supply to do that. So instead, what we're gonna do is, I'm actually just gonna call a ceasefire here. Like, I take the position, and we'll see, and I get a victory out of it, so... The Geneva Convention doesn't exist yet. Eyes go woke. I will ensure it does. Look, I want someone to draw that now. I want someone to draw me sitting at a desk or like at a military table and have someone from off panel say, "Sir, the Geneva Convention doesn't exist yet." And then give me the darkest glowing red eyes you can and have me say, "I will ensure it does." All right. With that, and Meatball, that's Meatball, please, in the Discord, post that somewhere. I don't care where, in general, in wherever, post that idea so I can remember it. Please post it somewhere and let me know where you put it, because I'm going to keep that in mind. But unfortunately, we are going to have to call it here for the night. I went a little bit longer than usual. But that's okay. We were all having fun. So, 2 years into the game and nothing has changed. You know, sounds about right. Anyway, give me a second. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. By the way, because I had someone ask me this outside of stream, when we do once we finish the war crime campaign, we will do some of the historical battles, and I will tell you the history behind them. Because someone asked, they're like, "Hey, can we, when can we see that?" We will. All right, thank you, Meatball. And don't go anywhere yet, Keldrick. We are going to raid somebody. Look, I've said it before. You guys are amazing, and I want to share the love and spread the support. So we are going to raid someone. Let me go ahead and find someone for us to raid real quick. Give me a minute. Let's see. Who can we raid? Yeah, sadly, I'm the only one streaming the game right now, but, you know, that's going to happen. Let's see. Oh! Any message we should say upon the raid? Nah. Just an imp raid will work. Oh, but before we go, I want to show you guys this. I showed this at the beginning of stream, but we have a bunch of new people here. Check this out. You can see this in my Discord and on my Twitter, but I want to show this off. Look it! Look! This is not a place to be napping, friend. Look at that. Yeah. This is a picture I got. I love it. So, yeah. But anyway, let me see who is available to raid. Let's see. Hey, Gunsage, how you doing, bud? Let's see. I'm sorry you're a little late, Gunsage. We're just about to go raid somebody, and you missed all the war crimes I was committing in in the Great War Western Front. Gas attacks, flamethrowers, everything. As somebody said, I will ensure the Geneva Convention is created. All right, let's see. Let's go raid, You know what? I mean, wow, a lot of people are streaming tonight. Jeez. You know what? Why don't we go say hi to, let's see. Let's see here. Who do we got? It's got to be someone in here, right? Let's see. You know what? Let's see, what is it? Wow. Okay, yeah, I got someone. Let's go say hi to Punished Kane. He's streaming right now. Let's go say hi to him. Happy Friday to you too, Gunsage. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Punished Kane. So let me see. What is he doing? Oh, he's just chatting. But yeah, we'll go say hi to him. Oh, it's cool, Gunsage. Don't worry about it. You're on your own schedule. You're not on mine. It's Friday too. Live your own schedule. All right. Let me see here. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to Kane. Kane's a cool dude, and he's a great artist. So y'all go support him. It's an imp raid. Again, big thanks to all of y'all who showed up. This was a great stream. I'm glad you all have fun. I guess we all just like causing war crimes together. But I've been Zaruk Windcaller. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to entertain all of you. I will see you all tomorrow for more, for more Grandia. And remember, the memories you make in life, good and bad, make you who you are. Don't trade them for anything. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.